Hello, folks. This is Pastor John. I'm here to talk about my book, We Aliens. Now, the amount of research that I put into this book was pretty insane. During the research of this book, we actually created new science. And the new science has been written up as a paper, and all of the technical specifications have been written up as papers, and they're on the website for the Ludlow Institute, which I will give in the description below. We Aliens is a slightly smaller book than probably most people are used to reading, but the reason for that is it's intended to be a series, and each series is supposed to read like about a 2.5 hour movie. So if you think of this as reading a movie, then you'll understand why it's the size that it is. I had a lot of fun writing this book. It's about man's first exploration into deep space and the discovery of another race beyond the confines of the solar system. And I've never really cared for many of the descriptions of faster than light travel. I always thought they either took too much energy or there was just a handshake wave on how they got there in the first place. So I invented my own, which is based on a new principle of quantum science called quantum locking. Quantum locking is where objects aligned across a one-dimensional axis are quantum entangled, not only in that line in one dimension, but also the fourth dimension. So they're quantum locked in time as well as that one-dimensional axis. So if there are three and one of them moves, then space corrects around it to put it back into orientation. So in other words, it bends space to compensate. I've never really liked the warp drives in Star Trek. Their principles, it's like you're taking the energy of output of the sun and trying to make something happen. I've never really cared for that brute force method, so I made a method that was what I think to be a lot more elegant. And a lot of the science, a lot of the fake science or the pseudoscience in the book is based on real science. And in fact, one of the principles for time crystals, a lattice structure embedded inside of a sapphire bed to house the time crystals, to make them more robust and to be able to expand their size without them falling apart, has actually become real science and is being used right now. Now, I have decided to take all of the papers that I write on any of the science discoveries that we make and turn them Creative Commons, so that anyone can take what we've made here and turn it into real science without copyright infringement. You just have to mention my name. That's it. I've got inventions on how to create more fuel-efficient engines. There's a lot of different science in the book that goes beyond what we have right now, that's based on things that we can actually do and that are not far-fetched. I hope you enjoy this book. This is a series. There will be a second one coming. I'm writing the second book right now, and I intend to make at least 10 books, so you can expect it to be similar to the Star Trek series or Battlestar Galactica series, along that lines. I intend to make the ships not have a bunch of really over-the-top powers. Like, there's no shielding And so if they run into an area where there's a lot of radiation, they have to turn around and go the other way, because if they don't, they'll all die. And if they're hit by a large enough meteor that does enough damage, then they'll die. And if they get too close to something that drives them off course, then they'll die. So I want the experience to feel much more fragile. I hope you enjoy it. This has been Pastor John. Have a good day.